Hey guys, Greg Met from Mesenzo Knives and MKT USA. We've got visitors in from the other side of the planet. The other side of the planet. What am I talking about? Got like a European accent. What happened? Actually, I don't. I'm just fucking crazy. You guys, Hans and Barbara have come all the way over from Mesenzo in the Netherlands, and we just got a tour through. What did you guys think of the tour?
Impressive. Really
yes.
impressive.
Yeah.
We liked it a lot.
What was it? Any surprises? Is it what you expected? Same size, bigger, smaller, all in general?
Well, I checked out your videos, so
Oh, so you've seen the
really
videos.
knew what to expect, but still seeing it live is the grinding,
Grinding's crazy, right?
right?
How about yourself? What'd you think?
Perfect.
Is it what you expected?
Yes.
We deliver as expected, apparently. I like to under-promise and over-deliver, but apparently we deliver right as expected. So we've got a batch of knives. These are headed out to the Netherlands. Hans and Barbara are headed over to the USN show next weekend, which I won't be going because you guys know I'm protesting that shit show. And they'll be at the show. And I'm sure if you see them from the videos, walk up and say hello. And then they've been touring around a little bit, seeing what the provinces have to offer out here in the New World. And then they're gonna head back, and then the knives, they might even be there by the time you guys get there, which would be nice.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. So just as a as a note for some of you rule-following Europeaners, they have Praetorian Swifts going. Now these Praetorian Swifts that are going, oh, these are all loaded, but the springs are coming out of them, so they'll be legal. They will just be button locks. Now, I hear, I don't know this for a fact, but I hear you might be able to find the springs that go in that knife if you ask real nice after you're the owner of the knife. Not before, not as part of the deal, not together, not as a package. After you own the knife, you might be able to find somebody who knows where the springs could be located. And then if you decide to skirt around some of the communist thinking of the continent, you can get that done over there. But this way you can get it in your hands. Is that fair?
Yeah. It is.
Yes.
I'm pretty low energy until the camera's on, right? It's like totally different person.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Same vocabulary, but I gotta bring it on camera, or it's like an English unrequited romance movie, like Howard's End, if you're normal on camera. So let's drop down to the knives here and get a little tour. Over here, Jason, please. So we've got a couple of chunky monkeys. You know, these are hard to see with your naked eye, let alone on camera. This has been faced off titanium with blue anno around the outside. It is
Beautiful.
Fuck all sexy.
Yep.
Cool clip on here. This knife, everything about this little knife is really cool. And for folks that just don't think you need a knife or don't think you need liberty, or, you know, come back up here, visit me for a minute. You know, people of the world, I think we're the same. Do you have everybody on camera? I think we're all kind of the same. I think people you could put into two categories. One category looks at the world for safety and out of fear and whatever. And the other category looks at the world through liberty and freedom, and is willing to pay the price of risk and damage and broken eggs to be free. Fear and safety, free. This is a knife that is great if you want to be free and you don't want to alienate your mother-in-law who looks at the world from a fear and safety place. What do you think?
That sounds great. Makes sense.
They're like, whatever, just get us the knives. So the chunky monkey's got a nice unoffensive size, as you can see, even with my paws. It's not that big of a knife. It's got a lot of posture and stance to it, though. Cool knife. Huck in here a little bit on the second one. Second one is Terminator style, all tumble up with titanium, everything, and sexy as all get up. Now we've got two of our natural gray Type 3 Class 2 hard anno infractions.
Nope.
Smooth Criminal, that's what I meant. Smooth Criminal. And God, these are just lovely. By the time you do the second and third batch, everyone gets good at making them, and we're on our second and third batch. We've got 3 black ones, and it looks like another, is that a natural or is that a green? I think that's natural.
Natural.
Man, as I get older, I can't These are hard to see, these contrasting blacks and grays.
These look different.
What's the gray and then the black silver?
You know, it's light.
It's some of, see,
No,
look at, we're all,
No. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
See, it makes you really
Sorry.
sure. And then, so I'm going to go with my original statement. These are hard to pick out in person for the color, let alone on camera. Let's work our way down to the Swifts. So we've got one Suicide Swift. This is a rare little baby right here. And then we've got 3 standard Swifts with the integral secondary lock. You guys, there's nothing not cool about this knife. It is what I carry. It's a fantastic knife. I'm enjoying the hell out of the mechanics of it. I'm enjoying the hell out of the use of it. I just love the feel of it. Everything about it's really cool. So back up here. So if you're a guy who can carry whatever knife you want on planet Earth, and you can make whatever you want, and you make lots of cool stuff, and you've got this whole team around you, you can kind of do whatever you want, this is a knife you might carry. Because it is. Moving on to...
That would be my personal knife, by the way.
oh, that's going to be your personal one? Because he's a Centurion, that makes sense. Because you can't buy this. It's verboten. Moving on. What's this one called again? The Proxima, that's right. I love this knife, and I carried this for about a year. All this is I took 1 inch out of the dimensions for a Gigantes, because the Gigantes was comically too big. And then this one, as soon as you tune your finger to the flipper on, I haven't flipped a knife in a while, look at that. It flips really nicely, even though it's brand new. And you know, we were talking about this, about my insistence on no play in any direction anywhere. And you asked why. Like, why does it matter? Or, and I was talking about, you know, like why we chase these crazy tolerances and do metal to metal mating and all of that. Did my answer make sense to you?
Yes, completely.
There's a microscopic transmission of energy that's lost when the joint has play in it, or it's got non-metallic surfaces touching each other, or bearings or whatever. You lose some ancient primordial communication between that razor and the hand. There's something lost. Can you adapt without it? Yes. You don't need to drive a Porsche around a corner every day. But once you do, you know, why would you do anything else? You know, why not? So it's like that. I think this is a high performance. The way we do our pivots is a high performance way of transmission of energy, and it's a lovely feel. That's where you get that nice hydraulic action, and if everything's right. 2 unique knives. The reintroduction of the TFF1 with the clip everybody always wanted. I always told you no, and now here it is. The TFF1 in all of its glory, the very first knife I ever drew with 2020 sentiments. And this is the equivalent of a FAF, and we called this, what did we call this for a while? This is the TFF-H. So this was the one where we went with the Fat Daddy handles and setup with the thinner blade, and it's a lovely knife. But I like this one better. But some guys love this, and we stopped making this. So this isn't a current offering. This is a retiring offering. So at some point I'll run these again, but now it's not a normal offering. So these, we did a run of them because people wanted them, and then it's not in our monthly cycle. And then at some point when the interest builds up again, we'll make some more. TFF1 is a constant that we will not stop making. It's a lovely knife. I hope you guys dig this. There's something about a full-size knife in your hand when you're using it for real tasks. It's just gratifying instead of a little tiny knife. So if you wear dress pants, this might not be your everyday carry. But if you wear jeans for a living, or you're out getting out of a vehicle to do work, like let's say anybody in the trades, electrician, plumber, somebody who's in and out of a vehicle working, or maybe you work for the utility company in the Netherlands and you're going to be getting out of a service vehicle and going up a power pole. This is a great knife to carry, and you could have a reason to carry it. It's for work. Any place where little bunny rabbits aren't going to have little pee squirt out of them when you take it out, because it's a man-sized pocket knife. All right, you guys, you've seen our videos. This is the unedited me with the volume turned up a couple notches from the tour. Fun? Was it worth coming?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know?
We'll be back.
Me too.
What's the biggest thing that you guys notice about carrying our products? You've been carrying our products for 1 year now, and Europe's interesting. I mean, America's funny. They walk up like Texans, like, I never heard of y'all. What do you make? We're like, well, we make knives. Well, how much are they? Well, they're $600 to $1,000. Well, goddamn, that's a lot of money. And say, well, there's a lot of quality. They're handmade. Wait a minute, you don't have Chinamen make it? No, we make them down in Arizona. They're made by hand, you mean? Yeah. All right, I'll take 50 of them. How soon can I get them? That's how Americans are. Just totally different way of doing business. Europeans, they come up and look. The first year they don't talk to you because they're like, oh, new guy, probably made in China, I'll be back next year. And then the second year they come back and they look around and they're like, yeah, I saw you here before. There's this longer relationship building. It's not like here, it's like, I got some money in my pocket. Can I have 20 of them and let's get going? Yeah. Totally different way of doing business in Europe. So in Europe, you got to kind of slow down. You got to drink some tea and you got to bring some chocolate and you got to make friends with people. And I would say it's a more gentlemanly way of doing business. Which has its pluses and its minuses. But it's been lovely. You guys took a couple years making friends with us.
Yep.
And we finally did. And how's the year been? Talk to me. Give me a little feedback.
About
Yeah.
the knives in
Yeah, about our knives in your shop. How are our products doing for you guys in Europe? What's the feel like?
It's growing. I think the popularity is growing in Europe. Initially, it was all about Praetorians. Everybody knew the model, wanted to feel them, wanted to have one or more. And what I find over the last few months is people starting getting into the other models. Of course, the Smooth Criminal is very popular. It's a compact knife. People feel the quality. But also like the Proxima and the TFF. I think they're doing very well. Infraction is doing well. People like them and they like the feel. Especially the first impression from them most of the time is, well, how can they cut? They are so thick blades, they won't cut very well. So, yeah, you have one, try it out. And then to see the face light up, wow, cuts really well. Not talking about the Slim Midi. That's everybody realizes.
No translation required for that.
Right.
Right.
That is really a slim blade that will cut. But even the Praetorian or the fat knives,
Yeah.
they cut really well. And that is a big surprise for most of the people. That's what I found. Yeah.
How about yourself? Any observations? Any thoughts?
I only can add that it's a real man's knife.
Excellent. I love it when a gal off the continent says it's a real man's knife. I love it. Fair enough. Well, listen, you guys, here's the deal. You know, I make this stuff because I make what I like. I make what I want to use. I'm a tool maker, number one. I'm a knife maker, second. I'm a tool user, number one. I make this stuff to put in your hand and use it. I don't make it because it looks cool in a drawing. I don't make it because I'm trying to compete in a market segment. I make it because I like it. I make it because I enjoy it. I make it because I love the mechanism. I love, oh, hey, how's this going to be in those pants that my big knife doesn't work in? And then is it still a good tool? The number one thing, my raison d'etre is it usable? Is it practical? Does it make sense? So the big ones aren't practical if you wear skinny jeans. If you wear skinny jeans and you just happen to be gay, no problem. You wear a little knife. I make knives for skinny jean wearers too. Anyways, Greg Medford Knife. And I keep wanting to say Hans and Franz, and that's because of some of my silly video-ness. But this is Hans and Barbara from Mesenzo over in the Netherlands, all the way around the world to the provinces, out to America to see what the crazy new world has to offer. I know it's not their first time. You guys, thanks so much for coming in. It's just an honor to have you guys stop in and hang out with us and listen to some of my craziness on video. So Greg Medford Knife and the Mesenzo crew, I'm out!